I like Mr. TALIAFERRO'S everybody doing out there. I did not want to combine the two. First and foremost, congratulations to Meek Mill. We might as well just call this, what is today? July 24th. This might as well be considered Meek Mill Day. Meek Mill has had his probation overturned. He's got a new case. As of right now, Meek Mill is not on probation. He's not a felon as of right now. As earlier today, we found out he will be given a new trial in his over 13-year-old probation violation case. Congratulations to Meek Mill, number one. I didn't want to combine that with the music. I want to make these two totally different videos, right? We talked about that earlier. Please check that video out. Right now, we want to talk about Meek Mill signing or partnering with Jay-Z's Roc Nation to launch the Dreamchasers label, all right? Now, this was announced Tuesday in New York City. Jay and Meek signed the paperwork in front of a small gathering at Roc Nation's Midtown headquarters. Meek Mill will now oversee the label and build a staff to sign and develop artists. The label will also handle its own operations, creative strategy, marketing, and business affairs. Meek is also planning to open up a recording studio just for the artists that are on the label. While we're talking about it, let's go ahead and clear up the Rick Ross side and the Atlantic side while we're here. Meek Mill will continue to make music for WMG, that's Rick Ross's Maybach Music Group, and that will come through Atlantic. So Meek's got a lot going on right now. Technically, he signed to Atlantic, and his career is managed by MMG through Atlantic, but Meek Mill's joint venture with Jay-Z with the Dreamchasers label will be through Roc Nation. All right, so there's a lot going on with Meek's situation, but again, he will continue to put out music. His music career will be funded through Atlantic and MMG, but as the label side goes, that will be funded by Hove and company over there at Roc Nation. Meek's about to start a tour with Future, and I believe Megan Thee Stallion's on that tour as well. End of August. He's dropping music before then, so Meek's dropping music in the next few weeks. So get ready for that. Probably an EP or something with a single on it. He did speak on this new joint venture. He said, given my 7 years of experience, I think it's time for me to dive into the business. I'm 32 years old. I'm in a nice spot in the music business, and I think I can help artists out. Now, Jay-Z did an interview, a very rare interview, speaking about Meek Mill and why he decided to do this joint venture with Meek, because it's just a weird timing of the joint venture, right? Hove said, when Meek and I connected, we connected on a level beyond him being a great rapper, just who he is, his honesty, his sense of responsibility. He just came out of a situation and pulled people together. He turned a negative into something positive. I know he can make music. You've heard it. I think he can not only make music, but make stars. Not only make stars, but make films. What we lacked for so long was opportunity. We didn't own our own businesses. We've never been in this position before. We've never had this sort of power. Hip hop is 40-something years old. So we've now gotten to the point where we can really affect change. The music and culture we created, we've given it away for so long, it's understandable. You have to clean the floors before you own the building. All right, so that was Hov speaking on Meek and why he decided to do the joint venture. I do think it's worth noting, this is me talking here, Mr. TALIAFERRO, yours truly. Meek Mill, and I'm from Memphis, right? And as I make this video, Meek Mill has a Memphis artist on his Insta story right now. As I make this video, D Moolah is on Meek Mill's Insta story. And it made me think back. Meek Mill was one of the first people on Finesse 2 times, very early. This is another artist from Memphis who's currently incarcerated right now. Meek Mill was one of the first artists promoting Moneybagg Yo, and I'll take it a step further. I know Gotti's older than Meek by a few years, but when Meek got into that mainstream realm and got bigger than Gotti, but Meek was one of the people co-signing Gotti. And remember, they had a joint tour that they were about to do together, but what ended up happening was the tour never happened, right? The tour never happened. But Meek has always supported cities like Memphis, Atlanta. Y'all remember the Summer of Future with March Madness? Who was promoting that record more than Meek Mill was? He was promoting Future's March Madness like it was his single. So the point I'm trying to make is Meek Mill has always had an ear for great rapping. I remember when before like all the legal stuff happened, Meek Mill used to always post the young up and coming rappers. Hell, even a few days ago, we talked about how Meek Mill was giving a young producer an opportunity that he found through social media. A producer made a beat. Twitter said, yo, Meek Mill will sound perfect on this beat. It got back to Meek Mill. He went and found the producer and went and took him to the studio and locked in. So Meek Mill has always had this ear for music, and I'm guessing Jay-Z sees that. I believe Hov got like a little private Instagram account, a little private page where he probably follow Meek and Beyonce. That's probably it. But yeah, I think what Hov is seeing is that Meek has always known, damn, this is gonna be a good talent. I always thought Meek would be a great A&R. He's got a great ear for great rapping. Now the question is, can he convert the great rapping into a great label? Because there are a lot of people that can rap, right? There are a lot of people out there that can rap nowadays, but that doesn't mean they can make a record. That doesn't mean Meek and whatever the rapper is that he decides to sign, male or female, that don't mean they'll be able to work together in great spaces, do business together well, make money for Roc Nation. That doesn't mean any of that, right? We've seen talented players. Hell, Greg Oden was supposed to be one of the best centers of all time. He never panned out, right? Talent sometimes doesn't pan out when it doesn't work hard or is not put in the right situations to win. So we'll see what happens with Meek Mill, the label owner, but I'm interested to see it because ain't nobody got a bone thrown at them like Jay-Z, Michael Rubin, and Rob Kraft and thrown Meek Mill. Boy, have they helped giving this man some opportunities. Boy, these rich people didn't put their billions of dollars together to help get Meek Mill get another chance. I ain't never seen anything like it. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. I hope I gave you every detail you needed on Meek Mill's new joint venture with Roc Nation. He's about to start his own label, the Dreamchasers label. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.